Amazing inventions and high-tech gadgets used by police in a high-speed chase. Crime fighting is severe business, and every year police departments do all they can to increase their advantage over criminals. High-speed chases are an essential aspect of crime fighting, and different devices are used to catch criminals before they can get away. However, catching a criminal attempting to get away in a speeding car is both a tricky and risky business, not only for officers, but bystanders too. Since 1979, there have been 5,000 deaths caused by reckless, criminally motivated drivers running from the police. To reduce fatalities and improve crime fighting on our major highways, here are some of the most amazing gadgets used by police and other law enforcement agencies to keep our cities and highways safe. Mobile Spike. Police officers have long used spikes to puncture the vehicles of criminals who refuse to stop for arrests. But as effective as they've been, these spikes sometimes cause more harm, as there are notable cases of cars flipping over and killing bystanders or damaging properties. To make speed chases a lot safer, mobile spikes were introduced. This spike limits the dangers of high-speed chases when it's attached to the front of the police car. For mobile spike to work, the officer has to come close to the suspect's car. Then, a compressed air component is used to shoot the spike sideways to puncture the suspect's tires, and boom! The chase is over. StarChase. Another amazing tech innovation that law enforcement officers have massively deployed for high-speed chases is StarChase. Patrol vehicles equipped with the crime-fighting device have certain advantages. A patrol car with StarChase will have an air-powered compressed launcher in front of the patrol car. The launcher is operated from the dashboard. When the appropriate command is given, the launcher will shoot a GPS tracker tag that has a sticky adhesive cap that will stick to the suspect's vehicle. Wherever the car goes, the GPS tracker will relay the exact location data to the patrol car's dashboard. When StarChase was introduced, it became a game changer because it allowed officers to reduce risks and keep a relative distance from the suspect's car without losing sight of it. The fatal accidents that occur in a desperate bid to prevent the suspect from getting away is avoided using this amazing GPS technology. Air support. We cannot undervalue the advantage of air power, can we? Although tracking suspects by air is nothing new, what is new are the high-tech crafts used by law enforcement these days. With adequate air support, officers can track a suspect for as long as possible until they're blocked and arrested. Air tracking crafts and choppers are quite expensive though, and only the biggest agencies can really afford them. CHP Helicopter Infrared Camera. Infrared camera may help in tracking the criminals during a fast chase. This camera can be used for tracking of vehicle location and suspect. While the helicopter is flying, infrared radiations detect and mention the correct location of the suspect. This makes the process of catching up easy when multiple resources are used, ground vehicles as well as helicopters during the chase. CAL FIRE uses this information to map the fire's progress, help with fire suppression and any evacuations. Precision immobilization technique. PIT is a technique introduced by the police department in Fairfax County during the mid-90s. This technique requires the use of rugged and extremely fast cars. How does precision immobilization technique work? During a high-speed chase, the left or right bumper of the officer's car is positioned behind the wheel of the suspect's car. Then the officer accelerates his vehicle at a force of 90 degrees to hit the rear of the suspect's car. If PIT is done right, the car in front will spiral out of control and stop 180 degrees in the opposite direction. The sudden spin will make the driver disoriented, and before he regains his composure to escape, officers will be on him in the blink of an eye. This technique requires a lot of training and is difficult to pull off without the right kind of car. Departments that use PIT for speed chases use strong patrol cars and vans with a sturdy bonnet. Furthermore, the officer needs to pick the right location to execute the move so that it does not lead to a loss of life or property damage. Arrest mat. Another gadget deployed by law enforcement is an arrest mat. Similar to a tire spike, this mat has sharp spikes attached to a durable fabric. When a car runs into it, the spikes attach themselves to the tires and wrap the mat around the wheels. Arrest mats have a stronger tensile capacity than steel, and they've proven to be very useful, which best explains why police departments across the US now use them in large numbers. They're very safe and gradually grind cars to a halt so that the suspect can be arrested without risking lives in the process. Unmanned Aircraft System, or UAS. We already mentioned manned aircraft, but what about the unmanned ones? If you initially thought that remote-controlled robots were only possible in movies, think again. Today, law enforcement agencies are gradually increasing the number of UAS in their fleet. These crafts are not only used to chase down and monitor the location of suspects, they're also used to obtain information and assess natural or man-made disasters. UAS does not require a pilot to function. From a site, the craft can be controlled using advanced remote control technology with an expansive broadband reach. Unmanned crafts offer law enforcement agencies several advantages. Firstly, the obvious advantage is that they keep officers out of harm's way, especially in volatile situations where the suspect is shooting at the craft from down below. But that's not all. UAS is also easy to control when tracking suspects in tight places with low light visibility. An unmanned craft will navigate safely through areas that a chopper cannot access. And most importantly, they offer cheaper surveillance alternatives to conventional crafts. They're cheaper to procure and far cheaper to maintain. And a trained pilot is not required on board to operate the craft. Although unmanned air systems are not massively deployed yet, we expect them to play active roles in the coming years in the fight to keep our communities safe because they're safer, cheaper, and effective. GPS dart. Another high-speed chase equipment is a GPS dart, very similar to StarChase mentioned in this video. This dart is developed by Computer World and allows officers to track the suspect not only from the patrol car but also from a remote location. Once the dart sticks to the evading vehicle, the suspect cannot run or hide. And should they attempt to get away, the next gadget on this list makes that almost impossible. Traffic surveillance cameras. These days, our major cities are dotted with circuit cameras on every highway and road intersection. Surveillance cameras were initially installed to aid traffic officers to better control traffic inflows and outflows, but other law enforcement agencies have found them very useful in chasing down suspects. With these cameras, double-crossing a suspect is very easy. From a central control tower, officers will have real-time information about the current route the suspect's car is plying. Instead of driving at risky speeds to keep up with the suspect, officers can predict their next turn in advance and lie in wait for them at the appropriate intersection. Traffic cameras remain one of the most effective tech gadgets utilized by cops for tracking down suspects in vehicles. As long as there is a functional camera installed along the route, it becomes very difficult for the suspect to get away. The only downside to using cameras is that enforcement agencies require as many cameras as possible, especially if the route is very long and has several intersections connected to it. But in this day and age, when technology is becoming accessible and affordable, crime fighting is much easier than it used to be. Crime fighting has taken on technological significance with new innovative technology tools in use today. They protect officers while increasing the chances of nabbing criminals before they can escape. So there you have it, guys. 9 of the best innovative inventions used by police in high-speed chases. Thanks for watching our video. We hope to see you with the next one. Until next time.